Welcome to this episode of Motivation and Momentum, where we focus on the heartbeat of our schools. And there is no better beat than sitting here at Morgantown High School, home of the Mohegans, as we celebrate the incredible achievements of our Monongalia County Schools students. Today, I have the honor of sitting down with two outstanding scholars who embody excellence, dedication, and the spirit of our district. Sanketh, better known as Sunny, Guppi, a National Merit Semi-Finalist who also achieved a perfect score on the ACT, and Anika Chadra, also a National Merit Semi-Finalist, are with me for what is bound to be an inspiring episode. Let's dive in. Good morning to both of you. Welcome to the podcast. I am so excited to have this conversation. So if you don't mind, just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us your journey through Monongalia County Schools. Where did you start and where are you now? We'll start with you, Anika.
Okay, yeah, so I went to Suncrest Primary, actually, for, I guess, until third grade, and then I was right in the class that switched to fourth grade at the new school.
Okay.
So I think I switched in the middle of third grade.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so I went to Suncrest Elementary then.
You were a star.
Yes, Suncrest Stars. And then I went to Suncrest Middle, so Seals, and then I'm here at MHS now.
I love it. How about you, Sunny?
So I started off at North Elementary, and then I ended up going to Suncrest Middle, and now I'm here at Morgantown High School.
Awesome. All right, well, let's jump in. So you are both National Merit Semi-Finalists. What does this recognition mean to you personally? And we'll start with you, Sunny. What does this mean to you, to get this recognition?
I think it means that I have a good understanding of the statewide curriculum and also nationwide curriculum related to both mathematics and reading, which is how you get selected for the PSAT, and I think it shows that your years of hard work in the classroom can pay off because now you have an opportunity to get some type of financial benefits at the end of this whole process. Yeah.
Absolutely. How about you, Anika?
Yeah, I think it means to me that similar to what Sunny said, but I don't know, I guess I was all of the work and all of those years we just talked about at all those different schools, it's amounting to something, and that feels good.
So what motivated you? I mean, you had to have high goals for yourself throughout your entire schooling. What motivated you to keep those goals and set those goals, and how did you keep focused along the way? We'll start with you, Anika, on that one.
I think the people around me are a big motivation.
I love that.
Teachers, peers, family. I think everybody's always pushing everyone to be their best self, and I think I appreciate that, and I think that's what pushes me as to staying focused. I think that's hard.
Sure.
I don't always stay focused, and I think a lot of the times it's easy to not want to do something or not want to do my homework, but I think in the end, it just comes back to somebody reminding me or me reminding myself about, why it's important and, I guess going back to that motivation.
Yeah.
So.
How about you, Sunny?
I think, overall, when it comes to, setting goals and moving forward in the classroom and also, outside the classroom, I think it has a lot to do with the people around me. Obviously, Anika said, your family, but also, once you, make a certain, friend group, even just, going to, study sessions or anything like that, you look forward to them so much that you, want to make sure you get your homework done, or if you're working for a project, you want to get that done, because whenever you're within a group, you're almost streamlined to go along with them, especially if your goals are similar, if you're either high achieving or if it's for a different activity. So I think those ideas play a big role in that.
So you both talked about starting in elementary school with Suncrest Primary and Suncrest Elementary and North, and moving all the way through middle school and high school. How do you think Monongalia County Schools prepared you for where you're sitting right here today?
I think a lot of it is the teachers. I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of, like, really amazing teachers that I think have always, like, pushed me in, like, I don't know, I think I've learned so much from them. So I think that's a big part of it. And, I mean, I feel like Mon County, like, gives us a lot of opportunities that we might not get in other parts of the state.
Sure.
So, and I think pushing us towards those opportunities is, you know, help me get here. So.
I love that.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job of, the teachers obviously are really good throughout not just middle and high school, but the elementary school teachers make a big impact because they help you get a sense of collaboration, right? Because not only are you doing individual work, like collaborating with a group is a big part, obviously, even once you get to college and you get a job. So I think they do a good job of that. And then when it comes to technicalities, I think like the way the county like makes their curriculum is like really good when it comes to like things like standardized tests or like other types of like benchmarks, or also just preparing you for AP classes. I think they do a really good job of that a lot early on.
So you talked about teachers. Do you have specific teachers that you'd like to give a shout out to that kind of got you into these seats? Like, are there teachers along the way that you're like, this is who I attribute part of my success to?
Shout out to anyone I've ever had.
I love it. That's a good one.
Yeah, obviously shout out to all my teachers.
Sure.
Not a lot of them are teaching right now.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of them are retired, but I'd say Mr. Gunter from North Elementary, he taught me mathematics in 5th grade, and I think he made a big impact on me. Basically, that was the first time like I got into like certain things like algebra and stuff like that, and I think from that point on, I had a love for it, and so he's definitely a teacher that I would attribute like my love for math and stuff like that.
Are you a math person?
I guess. I would maybe.
Okay. What about particular programs or opportunities or clubs that you tried here in Monongalia County and you just think that really helped in getting you to where you are now?
I've been part of student council since middle school.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just think I love student council. I really enjoy being a part of it. And as to how it got me here, I guess I feel like I've learned a lot of like organizational skills and, you know, collaboration and like a lot of planning skills from student council. And I think I've been able to apply that to my own life in like many different ways. So
great.
I think that's a lesser shouted out one.
Sure. Yeah. Are you into student government? Is that something you want to pursue?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
This is like going back to middle school, but I think a good program that's been established in our county for a lot of schools is like a program called Math Counts, and I think it's a really good program for kids that want to explore the math curriculum outside of what they teach you in school, because there's a lot to it, and I think it helps people maybe find an interest in math or just STEM in general. Obviously, that's only for middle schoolers, but I think that was a good program that Mon County Schools like sponsors and also like puts a lot of time into.
Is there a certain lesson or a piece of advice that you learned from someone within your schooling that you're going to just always carry with you?
In elementary school, in general, just like a lot of my teachers would always tell me not to overthink, because apparently I'm a little bit of an overthinker. And so I think hearing that a lot, like when I was younger, like when I find myself like doing something that, you know, is like overthinking now, I can think back to, you know, like a 5th grade teacher being like, you don't need to overthink it, Anika. Like,
I love that. I mean, I think that's so true. Like when we talk about, you know, typically people who succeed so much in academics, we talk about like their high school curriculum and career. We don't talk about the elementary teachers that affected you by saying you're overthinking it. I like that.
A comforting voice from like, you know,
I love
being
that.
Younger. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
This is like really generic, but I think a lot of my teachers in elementary school really focused on the fact that you should like treat others how you want to be treated, and obviously that's not related to academics at all, but I think it's probably going to stay with me forever. Because I think it's a good way to meet new people and make sure you make good connections with people, but it's also good enough to make sure that you like control your emotions and your outgoing feelings are not like negative in any way, and they only help the people around you, because in reality you don't want to be saying anything that other people wouldn't say to you or you wouldn't want them to say to you, right? So I think that's like definitely something that was really pressed on me.
You're making my elementary teacher heart just burst with pride that a senior in high school can relate back to.
Oh yeah, never
I love
gonna
that.
forget the elementary school.
I love that. Thank you. So looking ahead, what are your goals? Like, tell me, what are we doing? What are we thinking? What's the next step for both of you? Do you want to start on?
Sure. So I want to go to college.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Great.
I have no idea what I want to do, because I feel like probably because of all the teachers, I like so many different subjects, and
Great.
I'm having a lot of trouble actually right now, since it's like college applications time, trying to figure out what exactly I want to do. But I hope to figure that out in the future sometime soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about as far as my plans go right now.
I love that. I think that's great.
All right. Thanks.
I think that's a good answer, right? You want to go to college, and
Yeah.
you're just out here exploring and trying to see where it fits.
See everything.
Yeah.
Be a jack of all trades.
Good for you. I think you can do that. How about you, Sunny?
I think I want to go to college, something in the like biological field,
Okay.
most likely, and also maybe mathematics, but past that I may end up going to like grad school, or medicine may be something I would want to pursue, but I also have like aspirations for research, because I find like a lot of interest in that. But in the far future, I definitely would say something related to like entrepreneurship or something like that piques my interest, but right now college is just where I just want to get into and see where I get taken from there, just what happens after that.
You've got the next step planned out. That's a good thing, right? You don't have to have the whole staircase figured out, but you've got the next step. So let's turn it to advice for other students, right? You guys are both very successful. You are what we would consider to be, model students for Monongalia County. I mean, you're achieving, you are bright, you're kind, you do all of the things that we hope to prepare you for. Let's focus on those younger students. What's your advice for them? What would you say to an elementary student or a middle school student that you would have liked to have heard when you were in their shoes?
I think I would maybe give the advice to try everything. So, like, even if there's like this random club, or, this random, like your teacher's like, anybody want to sign up for this? Like, I would say just try it. Like, I think exploring all the things that, the school has to offer, the county has to offer, or your community around you has to offer. Like, I think that's really important to kind of expose yourself to everything out there. That way you can find out, what really makes you tick, or like what you really like. And I think just like enjoy yourself. Just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I think I need to know, like, get the advice, like take the advice that you're given. I feel like a lot of the times, like when you're younger, like, and an adult gives you advice, you're kind of just like, oh, like, okay, sure, like whatever you say. But I think, like, looking back on it, like, a lot of the things that people tell you, like, even starting when you're young, are actually really helpful. Like, I'm not saying you have to do exactly what they say, but just, like, consider it.
I love it. That was great. Have you thought about being a teacher?
I'm not. I feel like...
Okay. How about you, Sunny? What's your advice?
I would definitely say from an early age, you should definitely get into this mindset that what you can do is not, like, capped or fixed. I definitely think you have to be really open-minded. Not only, like, just what Anika said is, like, try everything you need to do, but also the fact that if you fail at something, no matter what it is, you shouldn't just give up on it or quit on it. Obviously, there are reasons to quit, but if you get into that mindset a lot early on, I think you definitely will find success later on once you get to, like, middle school and high school, because there are a lot of things that happen later in high school where you, I guess, it's really hard to get from one level to the next, whether it's like in school or in an activity or on a standardized test. And I think people really like break down if they don't get there, while other people that have a lot open mindsets are able to like work over time and know that they might not get it now, but if they keep pushing at it, they'll end up getting it just in the future, and they just can't give up too early. They just have to wait for their moment.
Failure is not the end, right?
I really agree with that too.
Yeah.
I think like the I can be good at anything mentality is like really important.
Do you feel like you both have that now, or did you always have it?
I think it's fleeting.
Okay.
It's like,
It's fair.
you know, like I feel like in some moments you're like, okay, like I got this. Like,
Yeah.
I can do this, I can get good at this, and sometimes, you know, it's hard to like keep that mindset when you know, struggle, like get into a struggle or like I'm blanking on words.
No, there are going to be struggles in life, right? There are always struggles. So I get that. I get that. So how can students balance hard work activities and taking care of themselves? You know, that's a big topic now. How can we balance all of those things and still be excellent? How do you do that balance?
I think time management's a big thing. I think
Have you always had good time management?
No.
Okay.
I still don't, but I think some people have different methods of doing that. Obviously, it could come from making like a certain timetable for like what you do at each time in the day, or planning out what you're gonna do throughout the week. And obviously, a lot of people will do that when they're adults too, when it comes to like meal planning for their body, right? Because they don't want to cook every day, and they'll do it at the beginning of the week. But I definitely think that's a big thing, even for middle schoolers nowadays. I don't know why, but they do so much after school, and they have homework. Sleep is a big problem, and I think getting into the depths of it, like when you're growing as a kid, as a teenager, sleep is a big thing in comparison to everything you do for the other like 16 hours of the day. So you really need to get that sleep, and I think you need to definitely make sure what you're doing throughout the day is very concise. You don't overdo yourself, and you don't sacrifice your time to rest, or if you're getting into a certain like depressive mood, you definitely need to talk to someone. You need to have good relationships with the people in your home too, to make sure that you're doing all right, because at the end of the day, how you feel is gonna change significantly by the amount of stress you take on, in our case at school and after school things.
But you, Anika?
I think
Balance. How do we do it?
balance. I think personally, I don't have the greatest time management, and I feel like I'm always like, trying to make it work, and I'm always trying new methods of like balancing everything. So I think something important has been figuring out what I want to prioritize. I think having like priorities straight, like it can help you realize like what are the non-negotiables, and I think that kind of helps you like plan what you're gonna do better, I guess, when like you have like your sleep is a non-negotiable, you're getting ready in the morning, like nothing else is gonna happen then, going to school, like that's gonna happen, and I think making sure that with that extra time you're doing things that you want to be doing. I think that's really important. Like if it's not like, I mean obviously you have to go to school, but like besides that, like making sure that like you want to be in the clubs that you're in. And I think when you want to be in it, it becomes a lot easier to manage your time, because you're not finding excuses to not do what you have to do. If that makes sense.
No, it absolutely does. And I called this or that excellence edition. So it's really just the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay?
Right.
And if I need you to explain, I will. Okay? So we'll start and then just fast. Ready? Study late at night or wake up early to study?
Study late at night.
Study late at night.
Oh my goodness. Handwritten notes or digital notes?
Handwritten.
Digital notes.
Ooh, we differ. Okay, so we have to know why.
I just, like, when we say digital notes, are we saying, like, typed notes?
Right.
I don't know, I just don't do that. Like, I feel like a lot of my classes, like, I've been required to have a notebook, and I think that's just what I've gotten used to. Like, I feel like it's fun writing, like, I can get my highlighters out, I can make it look pretty, like...
Not doing that, Sunny?
Yeah, I don't really have that, like, visual appeal, but I would say a lot of my classes, I don't even have the option to do digital notes.
Okay.
Everything has to be on paper.
Love it.
But when I could do digital notes, unless it's like there's symbols involved or anything, I'll always choose that just because I guess some people say that whenever they write stuff, it like gets into their brain quicker, but I never really found that.
Okay.
So whatever gets done quicker, and obviously in our generation, everything's digital now,
Everything's
and
digital.
so I just, yeah.
All right, science lab or math problem set?
Math problem set, I've had bad experiences with labs.
Am I working with a group for the labs or the math problems?
Sure.
Both?
Okay. Yeah.
which one?
Yeah, you're in
Whichever
a group.
one I'm working with a group for.
Okay. All right. Working in a group. I like that. Okay. Study with music or total silence?
Math with music, anything else with silence.
Study with music.
With music. Just feel like it's more motivating, or you think it makes the information stick? Why are we using music?
I think it's fun if I'm like singing along to music and doing my math.
Okay. Just fun. I like
can't
it.
focus if I'm hearing
Okay.
music and I'm doing any other type of homework.
Got it.
Like if I'm reading something, I can't be hearing something too.
Okay.
I think it's the idea that when I'm studying, I don't want to be studying.
Okay.
So I want to be preoccupied with something else. I think
That's
just
totally fair. All right. If you could only choose your dream college or your dream career, what would you pick?
Dream career.
Okay. Expand.
I don't have a dream career or a dream college, but if I did, I think your dream career is like the rest of your life in college.
Right,
is
makes
what
more
it is,
sense.
So yeah.
Dream career.
Okay. And do you have that?
No.
Okay.
It's all.
Darn, I thought I was going to get that out of you guys. You both talked a lot about like following your passions and following what you like to do. Do you think that will help determine what you choose as your career? Do you have those individualized now? Like, are you thinking about like, I love this, so I'm thinking about this career?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to expand on that?
I think a lot of the activities that I do, like the stuff I do, could be aligning with what I want to do later in life.
Okay.
They definitely have influenced what I want to major in college.
Okay.
I think it would literally be like the reason for what my major is. And I think it will follow up, but I think when it comes to doing stuff, obviously some activities you can't really replicate, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing sports, the probability you make it to the pros is like, it's not that high, but there are definitely a lot of other things, like even if it's just like a club related to awareness, or like maybe like if it's like student council or something like that, you may be like touched upon like specific attributes like collaboration or interaction, and maybe you want to go into like the diplomatic like region of like careers or like stuff like that, or if you're like you do a lot of STEM clubs or stuff like that, you want to hone in on like a STEM career and you want to focus upon that. But I think that's definitely like shaped my major choice already.
Biology.
Yeah, something in that region, and engineering, but career is not really, I'm not quite
That's okay.
sure yet.
That's okay.
I think, like, back to, like, I don't know what I want to do. I think it's partially because, like, my, like, passions and pursuits are all over the place. So, I feel like I have a lot of options. I guess, like, I could give, like, a few examples. Like, certain things, like, like, I like puzzles and, like, problem solving, and that's made me think, or, like, sometimes math and physics and stuff. So, like, that's made me think I would want to do engineering. I've taken, some computer science classes here, and I really like those, so that's made me feel like maybe computer science. But then I've also taken like psych and like loved that, so psychology, or like I'm in Gov right now and I love Gov, so like maybe I want to do law. So like it's everywhere.
But that's so great that you've had the opportunity to have the chance to take all of those. Not a lot of places offer all of those courses, and to hear you say
for that,
that you've gotten this just wide array of choices makes my teacher heart happy that we're exposing you to these great subjects, and it might spark the next Nobel Peace Prize winner, or the next congresswoman, or I love that. I love that I love that you're confused, because that says we've done our job, and we've
I guess
we've exposed you to all these wonderful things. What an inspiring conversation with Sunny and Anika. Their achievements remind us that excellence isn't just about test scores. It's about perseverance, a love for learning, and the support of teachers, families, and a community that believes in them. To all of our students listening, remember, the foundation you're building now can open doors to incredible opportunities in the future. And to our educators, thank you for continuing to inspire and prepare the next generation of leaders right here in Monongalia County. This has been Motivation and Momentum. Until next time, keep striving, keep believing, and keep building toward your best self.